today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to dye your hair or your kids' hair with henna. We are using 100% natural henna powder, which comes from a plant, and it's all natural. It's vegan friendly and it's actually good for your hair. It actually attaches itself to the hair shaft, which then locks in moisture and restores damaged hair. So I decided to use 100% powder on my daughter, and in this video you're going to be seeing the process from start to finish. I made a video previous to this one about dyeing my own hair with henna and indigo, and it's already been a couple of weeks later and I'm still loving the colour. These natural powders last about 4 to 6 weeks as a semi-permanent colour. So if you are interested in dyeing your hair with these powders, then you can check out the previous video that I've done, and I'll leave a link here for you. So if you're interested in using henna on kids, there are a few things to think about before you go ahead. You're going to make sure that you do a patch test just to make sure that there's no allergens. Also, you want to buy the natural powder without any additions. So if you see anything like black henna, avoid that because it can have PPD, which is known to be toxic. Also, you probably want to be doing a strand test before you go ahead and apply the powder just to see what color you're going to end up with. It can be pretty messy using henna, and it's always helpful to have a drop sheet or newspaper around, and also wear old clothes just in case they get henna on them. If you do get henna on your skin, you can wash it off and it may leave a coloured imprint just for a couple of days. It actually looks like fake tan, but to avoid it, you want to add a little bit of coconut oil around the hairline before you apply the henna, just to protect the areas that are most prone to getting stained. You're going to need a few things as well. You're going to need gloves, you're going to need some hair clips, which I found are very handy to keep hair up, especially like Savvy's hair, which is very long. We ended up using about 200 grams of the powder, which was just the right amount to cover her entire head, including all the roots. Just some tips when applying is that you want to make sure that the hairline at the base of the hair is done very well, because it's easy to miss a spot and then you're going to see it later on. Henna does smell very organic, very plant-like, like leaves, and I actually don't mind the smell. I don't know about Savvy, what do you think?
It smells like moldy pumpkin and fish.
She said it smells like moldy pumpkin and fish, which I don't think it smells like that at all. I think it more smells like leaves, dried leaves. It's got a very organic smell. If you want to, you can add additions like essential oils like lavender, or I think even other essential oils may help also with your hair, to benefit the hair. So you might want to look into that. We didn't add any of those things. We only just added our green tea to the henna and then mixed it and let it sit for a few hours. Just make sure before you apply it that your daughter's hair is clean, but it doesn't have to be freshly washed. It can be even a day after, just with shampoo. When you do rinse it out, you don't add any shampoo or conditioner because it may interfere with the dyeing process as it oxidizes over the next few days. Welcome to Spirit Being Life. On this channel, I love sharing wholesome, plant-based recipes, tips and info to support your journey towards a healthier lifestyle. My hope is to inspire you to be your best, feel your best, and live well every day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more uplifting and informative content. Henna comes from the Lawsonia inermis plant, commonly known as the henna tree or the Henna shrub. It is made by harvesting, drying, and finely grinding the leaves of this plant to preserve its natural dyeing properties. Henna has been practiced for over 5,000 years across India, Pakistan, the Middle East, and Africa. It's used in ceremonies, body art, and hair dyeing, symbolizing beauty, protection, and celebration. Now you can also add different ingredients as you are mixing your henna to achieve different results, such as if you want to add coffee in there, it can darken the henna. I used green tea. It adds a little bit of acidity which can help to keep your hair moisturized and also help with releasing the dye within the henna. There are many other add-in options to enhance dye release and colour tones, as well as conditioning the hair and scalp health. So, to enhance red and burgundy tones, you could include beetroot juice or paprika, and to enhance darker tones, you could use coffee and black tea. Do your research to check your options, as some additives can be harsh and can dry out your hair or cause irritation. This can be the case with lemon juice and vinegar. To dye your hair with henna, you will need natural henna powder from the Lawsonia inermis plant. You'll need distilled water and any additions that you would like to add, like tea and coconut oil, to protect the hairline from staining. You will also need gloves, an old top or a salon cape, dye applicator brush, hair clips, a drop sheet or newspaper to protect your bathroom or your room, and then you will need a shower cap or some plastic cling wrap. This is how I did a patch test on my daughter. I brushed a small amount of the activated pure powder on her inner elbow and then let it air dry to avoid mess. You can loosely wrap a small bandage around the arm. Now leave the paste on for 1 to 2 hours, then gently wash it off. For the hair strand test, you can trim a small amount of hair to test or use loose hair from a brush. You can paint or dip in activated henna and let it sit for 2 hours. Rinse the hair and compare with the original colour. Here is a chart showing the approximate amount of henna powder you will need according to hair length. Note that thicker hair will require more henna. When mixing the henna, I lightly heated distilled water with jasmine green tea. You can leave this out or add any other additions. Although not mandatory, I like to sift the henna before adding the liquids because I think it will help to avoid clumping. The water you are going to add should feel warm but not scalding. You will want to be adding the liquid a small amount at a time. I used a whisk straight off the bat, but you should really use a spoon to begin with and then change over to a whisk. I find that it helps with reducing lumps. You want to be avoiding aluminium, iron, copper and brass utensils for mixing. Stainless steel is okay. It's almost inevitable for the henna to look lumpy at first, but when you let it sit with the liquid for about 10 to 15 minutes, the lumps should naturally reduce. It should have a yogurt-like consistency when you finish. Now here comes the application. I put on a salon cape on my daughter and made sure to wear old clothes. I also made sure that the room had a drop sheet and had all my materials and henna ready. After putting on my gloves, I applied some coconut oil around Savvy's hairline, including underneath. I began at the top of her head and then onto the sides. Using the applicator brush, I started applying the henna at the roots. For the rest of her hair length, I used my gloves to spread the henna for a speedier application. It might be handy to add some of the henna to a squeeze bottle for less mess. As young girls can get pretty impatient, I wanted to complete the job as fast as I could. The clips were handy to hold sections of her already hennaed hair in place. It took about half an hour or so, and finally I was able to use clips to hold up her hair. Using clips is almost a must for long hair because using plastic wrap or a shower cap on its own won't hold the hair. It will want to fall out because of the added weight. We let the henna sit and dye her hair for 3 hours. From here, she rinsed her hair in the shower without using any shampoo or conditioner. As the henna drains away, you will notice that the shower water looking like mud. Henna dyed hair looks bright orange at first, but over a few days it naturally darkens to a deeper, richer colour as it oxidizes. The bright copper or the carrot orange tone that you see immediately after rinsing is just the beginning of the oxidation process. Over the next 48 to 72 hours, the colour deepens and settles into a richer, more natural shade. These are before and after videos. Over a few days, Savvy's dyed hair looked more and more natural. So I hope you go ahead and try it out for yourself and see what result you get from it. And if you do, let me know in the comments below, or if you are a long time henna user and you've got any tips you'd like to share, also put them in the comments below. For now guys, I'm going to say bye and I'll see you in the next video.